Movement number 4. Dragon seeks path. Dragon whips his tail.
Yo, my man, why you got on that purse, huh?
Hey, this ain't no purse. I'm the big deals. Don't do that. $100 Patron in the bid at, you heard? Get your money up, not your funny up.
It's the Monthful Podcast, Money Up, No Funny Up podcast. How dare you be funny without that money podcast? We out here, a whole lot of gang, activity, you feel me? Yo.
What if I told you I was there too?
I hate this guy.
What is good, everybody? I feel like I gotta say this every video. My voice is just not the greatest right. I gotta get some water, matter of fact. But my voice is not the greatest right now. I just got off tour. But we had to bring you this content.
Speaking from the other room. Yes, we have to bring you this content. You know why? Because we're here together and this is the first time we've got to sit down and do a Monthful because we've been busy out here, you know what I mean? Listen, man. Eminem, Joyner, they drop. This is our thoughts, you feel me? And I don't know, son. Like, it's a lot to talk about, I feel like. I feel like there's an extreme lot to talk about with this song. And that's what we're here for. You feel me?
Eminem and Joyner Lucas just dropped a song. You dig? What if I was gay? Shout out to YouTube for not yellowing it off tops. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just say that right now because if they do, we gonna know what's up. But controversial song, man. Obviously, with the title that came out and the snippet came out with it. The only thing we heard initially was that both of them basically just saying, "What if I was gay?" And off of that snippet, I didn't know how they was gonna flip it. You know what I mean? That rhymed. I didn't even mean to do that, but I didn't know how they were gonna flip it or freak it because it scared me. That snippet was the most terrifying part of it because I was like, oh no. It sounded very like a novelty joint.
Yeah, that's a fact because that's what I said in my video too. I said, man, going into this, I felt like with this is such a controversial thing, bro, that like, unless you really speaking it in the place of, meaning you've been through something, it's kind of hard for you to translate that real well.
But then, I mean, there's also people saying that Joyner might be coming out the closet on this joint. And I was one of those people because I was just saying, it's not too far-fetched. Like I said, that would be like the first time Joyner was writing a song like that from a perspective of somebody that he could actually be.
Right.
Usually he's best when he's storytelling about a perspective that he can't ever physically be. That's what makes him so good to me with those things because he usually does a pretty good job.
Right. That's a fact. That's a fact.
So off tops, this song starts. Now, by feeling of the beat, I felt like the beat as a beat, good beat. If I was scrolling through a instrumental folder and I copped that beat, I would have 100% rapped on that beat.
Right.
For what it was now, I feel it was, and it's hard to explain this, it was a bit, to me, and this is just my opinion, I feel like maybe I share this by myself. The beat was a bit heavy-handed. It was a bit showing its cards before the song. It was, and it wasn't, it was, I think it was specifically the.
See,
I wasn't a fan of that.
Okay. I'm gonna interject because while he was doing his Final Thoughts video, I was sitting there and I was listening to him say that, but at the time I hadn't even fully listened to the song, so. With that, I was like, yeah, I definitely get where you're coming from with that because when I heard the leak, I was like, yeah, that beat kind of sounds like really melodramatic. And
that's the exact word, it was melodramatic.
But I think the thing about it is that for some reason I can't hear this song without seeing a visual. It seems like a song that, like, visually speaking, if there's like, it's like Chase Blackout. Like, Chase Blackout was so much more fire and hit so hard because the video was like actors like going in like a family, and you see the emotion behind that. It's not like a performance piece, because if Joyner and Eminem came out with a video to this and it was them walking around like ISIS, I would freak out. I'd be like, yo, why are y'all doing that? That's dumb garbage. Because
but I feel like now you're talking about something that don't exist.
Yeah, to an extent, but like I'm saying, I don't feel like they're gonna take a different direction with this. Like, I feel like that's the only way. If not, then it's
What does that have to do with the beat?
The beat, because I'm saying like I'm saying the beat's gonna hit harder with the video. The beat, because it's not really the music about this. That is the beat is like, I almost stopped hearing the beat. It literally sounds like a movie to me.
Here's what I'll say. I look at music like I look at movies still, because I'm a pretty big movie nerd too. And I'll put it this way. If you're watching a show, right, and the whole episode, somebody's like, yo, the episode's about the dude coming out the closet or something, right?
Yeah.
And right before the scene, like say this dude is in the bathroom or something, like, I'm about to do it. Then he opens the door and then this starts playing. That would be wild. It would be like you didn't know how to get it across through the script. So you made the beat, like, the beat is literally like a sample of somebody like crying.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like, okay, I get it. It's supposed to be, just let the song, and the reason why I use Stan is a great example to me, because Stan is a sad beat. The beat is just devastatingly sad by itself, right? But the way Eminem flipped it was speaking through Stan. So there's points where he's mad. I said this in my reaction too. Like, you see the entire. It's more real, right? It's more not exactly what the beat, because you can just. And as like a rapper, I know you can just like rest on a beat sometimes and just like, listen, I'm just gonna let this beat do the whole work. Yeah. And I feel like a song like this is not one of those things like. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too making me feel like,
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but that's why I'm saying, like, I feel like you're thinking about it like that because you're thinking about so much of the ending. You almost have to think of like the whole picture if you're envisioning the movie. Because what I said in my reaction, I said, imagine this being a script to a movie, an hour-long movie. Because then you have Joyner, a kid that's walking around like, yo, this is my friend, blah, blah, blah. And then he says, yo, I'm gay, I'm coming out the closet. And then M comes through and he's his friend and blah, blah, blah. You're not really going to get to that type of music until the end. You're right. But I'm saying with a music video behind this, I don't feel like it's gonna come off as a music video. I feel like it's gonna come off as like that beat is just like an underlying. It's kind of like the beat that you put in your talking videos. Behind it, it's just there.
But it's not. That's what I'm saying, is it's not that subtle.
But they're not like. It's so, you could take that and listen to it with.
It's not a bad beat, by the way. I'm not saying
no, it's not.
The beat is fire.
Right.
The beat is fire.
He's just saying
I just felt like it was very like
cliche.
No, I'll put it this way. Cliche and very after school special.
Yeah.
Like that would play on the after school special about not bullying. That's the beat that they would play.
Yeah.
Like on the Full House episode where they talked about this, they would have. It's that part that's killing me. I don't like.
I get it. I definitely get it. I just think that you're kind of thinking too deep into that part of it, because for some reason.
Well, speaking of too deep, I feel like we're getting way too deep in just the beat. Like we get like, I feel like we can keep it going, but yeah, that's just the beat. Because he feels one way, I feel another way about the beat, but more about. I had a lot riding on Joyner for this one, right? I was thinking like, okay, his verse to me is going to be very important, because lately I had felt as if And it's been said, Joyner and Logic is just showing it 100%, not as much as Joyner is. Joyner is starting to feel like his words aren't as powerful as they should be.
100%.
Right? So on this one, I'm like, okay, I'm going to really listen closely and hear, like, where was I? This is how I look at it. On a song like this, I'll take If I Was Racist for instance, and that's why I feel like. Anyway, I'm not gonna bring that up. Where were you mentally before you heard that song and after you heard that song? That's how I judge him. And I feel like Joyner, and this is me explaining what is surface level. Joyner didn't hit anything that hit my heart or gave me goosebumps or learned me, educated me in a way of something new of that plight. He said what I think 99% of people who had this song title would say.
Yeah.
He didn't take it to another place. He didn't do nothing more than present what ifs.
Yeah.
Present things like, what if this was the, and through the what ifs.
That's all he did. And that's what I said in my reaction too. I said that annoyed me a lot because it was just like, what if I was this? What if I was that? What if I was white? What
and
if
I get what he's
black?
doing.
Yeah.
I get what Joyner's doing.
But he didn't paint a good image of the character he was supposed to be. Eminem painted a perfect visual of who he was supposed to be.
If you're looking like this as a story, as a movie, Joyner is the gay person and Eminem is the closeted friend.
Factual.
Then and we're going off their verses and how they act, then it would be like that acting skill is on some. Because literally through Eminem's verse, he takes you a lot of places.
Yeah,
it's not like,
because he went at the beginning, he was like he literally was talking about like missing chromosomes, like is the reason why
he's putting up the argument why it's scientifically wrong. And here's the craziest part. Bro, he killed that verse because here's the craziest part. When he's playing the role, like he's literally acting. Yeah. When he's playing that role, he needs to play the role of the anti-LGBT person.
Yes.
So he's actually, if you're listening to it and you're stupid, you might be like, oh dang, Eminem's homophobic. Because he's literally not, he's not holding back. It's not that like.
It wasn't forced at all.
But it's not just that. It's not that J. Cole where it's like, oops. But I'm just kidding. He didn't. He said no. If you cut that song off right there, Eminem could be canceled. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Because he's giving like, okay, this is something that you. So what? You can't fight these urges. And these are some things that I bet you that there are gay people who think
exactly. Like that. That's what I said in my reaction. I said that's the thing that's so wild about that to me is because that's what hit me in this song was I was like, yo. The reason why this song I feel like is so crazy is because this is 100% probably a relatable thing for people. Like Eminem was painting emotions that it was like, bro, if you've ever known anybody who was gay who didn't want like to come out of the closet, like if you've ever heard them talk, even if you see interviews and stuff like that, like the things he was saying were things that I know are real because people I've heard say that. And you know what I'm saying?
Like, took it with his beginning of his verse. That's why it made Jordan's verse also feel so flimsy because it was so this. M's was like this, this.
Yeah, you met his highs, his lows, in every part of the verse.
If this was a movie, the movie would be about Eminem's character.
Correct.
Because he's the one who had the arc, and that's how it works. Like in the beginning, you're hating on this stuff, but it's secretly because you are this, and you said, and he took his life. So really, the story is about the effects of that on Eminem's character. It's not really about Joyner's character.
Exactly. That's why I was like, yo, because when I was watching when I was listening to this, I was just sitting there like, holy shit, this is crazy because I guarantee you that this exact shit that he's saying has happened to people before. Like, this sounds like some shit that's like real life, like I bet you that's why I think it's gonna resonate.
And I think you're right. Here's the thing. I think you're right with the video. Here's the crazy part. The video will actually make Joyner's verse better.
Yes.
If it's like he's sitting and talking to him, and because then that song is really about the video, not about the audio.
That's exactly what I've been saying, because I'm like, when I was listening to this, I'm like sitting there, I'm like, well, think of if I'm not racist. The thing about, or if I was racist, or whatever that song is called, right? The thing about that was like, I can understand how somebody on either side could be offended at that.
Yeah.
Like, I could understand how that, because he's just telling an individual story. Like, the things that they're talking about in this song kind of speak volumes about people in general. It's like very like emotional. Like, it's not, because it's not just about the gay thing. It's about you having a friend, like, because even if at the end Eminem wouldn't have said if I was gay too, and the whole thing was just about how he was treating his friend that came out of the closet, and then that kid committed suicide due to the fact that his, like, result of that, then that's like a whole nother, you know what I mean? Like, that's a visual in itself.
Well, if you think about it, really, my bad for cutting you off, but if you think about it, there's a lot of lessons to take from M's verse. Joyner's character is more just a means to an end.
Right.
In the story.
Correct.
So you learn, if you're, or the lessons he's trying to put, I'm not saying anybody learned anything new, but the lessons he's trying to put across is, if you are in the closet,
correct,
you should probably come out.
Yep.
Don't lash out on people. Notice when you're lashing out on people when it's because of something that you hate about yourself.
Yes.
And also be careful how you talk to people.
Exactly.
And all that stuff.
It's a way.
All that. And Joyner is more just like,
just a guy there.
Just a guy telling, like, he was just there to basically.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's why I said too. I said, if you think about it, I can kind of understand why somebody would compare this to Stan, because Stan was like, so like, it was kind of speaking for what entertainers go through. Like the shit that people do, like a lot of crazy things that people do. And all it was doing was like, it was like, it was good, and it was like the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like you saw all in that song. And with this song, it was like him just telling the story about the crazy shit that happened just because he didn't accept somebody. And the whole time it was on him, because he's like, now I have to live with the fact that I'm still this, and this person's not even here. I lost the only person that I cared about. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like, that was kind of Stan was like, yo, the only person he cared about was M. Like, he wanted to just like be like his idol and stuff like that, but you know what I mean? So
that's true, but it's a bit of a reach. It's a bit clickbaity to call it Stan 2, simply because that is the most surface level of Stan. It can't be, because Stan is not about just whether or not Stan killed himself at the end. It's still the same message. Yeah. That was just the extreme of it, and what M is saying in that is more, because I guess it's more personal to him. Not personal, but it's more of a specific reason. This is a bit more broad. This is a bit more
but that's the thing, though. I feel like it being broad is gonna kind of make it hit harder.
But that's not what I'm not saying about him less or harder. I'm saying it's not Stan 2. That's what I was saying. It's a different. It's going to hit hard. It's going to hit hard. It's most likely going to have a video. Honestly, it's most likely probably going to come out with a video. I think.
Yeah, fact though.
But
I think it will too. I think it will definitely come out with a video. I think they would be crazy not to. I feel like they would miss the mark if they didn't. Almost, because I'm saying this from a perspective of a person who literally studies hip-hop. He's saying this from a perspective of a person that really studies hip-hop. So from the average listener, I feel like it's such a relatable song in different ways that, bruh, like, without a visual, I feel like it's just a song because you not bumping this shit, period. Like, what are we talking about right now, my nigga? Like, if this doesn't come out with a video, bro, ever, I would never listen to the song ever again in my life.
Yeah, but I think that's a whole different conversation. I don't think Joyner really has too much music that you really just bump. Regardless of
yeah, but I'm not even saying because it's Joyner, though. I'm saying because why would you replay this song? It's like you heard a story and it's done. You rewatch a movie.
It gives it something more entertaining to look at. But
exactly. It's more of a conversation, though. Like, I feel like with just the track, this is not the same conversation as it would be with the visual.
Yeah, you get different, I guess.
Because, like, people are going to see that and, like, bro, it's like that Ross song, right? The Ross Capriati, whatever it's called, right? The thing about that song...
it's the video.
Exactly. Because if that was just an audio, it would be like, well, that, like... Okay, but you're not going to get too emotionally tied to that. Why would you?
Yeah.
Like, you just hear it and then that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
Word.
Let us know in the comment section, man, how y'all feeling about it if you heard it. If not, go listen to it, come back, share it, drop a like, comment, subscribe. I'm on fool. Wow! Fuck.